ICE agents just opened fire in Colorado after two illegals rammed their vehicle. But instead of praise for defending themselves, the state punished the cops who tried to help. We're watching the system protect the attackers and blame the defenders. Let me show you how deep this actually goes.
Still very active, multiple vehicles on this street. And we learned in the last 10 minutes, like you guys said, that an ICE officer shot into a vehicle 3 times after officials say two undocumented people tried to ram their vehicle into ICE officers that were here on scene. Now, officials say the 2 people ran from the scene and abandoned the vehicle. Law enforcement is currently out there searching for them. They say still very active.
You know, that was a full-on federal assassination attempt that just took place. And local cops were prohibited from helping. Think about that. 2 illegals try to kill agents and the system shields them. ICE responded exactly how they were trained to, but instead of backup, they got political handcuffs. And it doesn't stop there. Watch how fast they tried to rewrite what happened.
It's fired situation during an immigration enforcement operation in Colorado Springs. Federal immigration officers are looking for 2 people who they say allegedly rammed an ICE vehicle in El Paso County and left the scene. ICE says an officer fired 3 shots into that vehicle and that the 2 people are in the country illegally. This video is from Air Tracker 7 over the scene in Black Forest near Colorado Springs. It's unclear right now if anyone was shot. It's fired situation during an immigration.
Oh, wow, man. They call it everything but what it is. Why is it so difficult for them to call this attempted murder? Like ICE agents and illegals just bumped into each other at the Starbucks or something, right? You know? No, they were attacked. And they had to fire back. That's what law enforcement is supposed to do. So here's where the script flips. The suspects flee, ICE gets blocked, and the media narrative goes dark. So where's the real coverage? The next clip proves the whole thing was covered up as it unfolded.
Breaking news. There's a manhunt for 2 undocumented immigrants right now after Immigration and Customs Enforcement says the suspects tried to drive into their agents as ICE officers were carrying out a targeted enforcement operation near Colorado Springs.
A spokesperson says an agent then shot 3 times into that car. The immigrants sped off and later abandoned the vehicle. KRDO 13's Mackenzie Stafford has been at both scenes all day. She joins us live in the Black Forest area with the latest. Mackenzie.
That's right, Bart. Right now you can see that there are multiple law enforcement members here on scene, but I want to point your attention to these 3 evidence markers. See where they just walked by in the distance there. ICE told us they fired 3 shots at the alleged undocumented immigrants. They say we're trying to run into them. We just spoke to a young woman who says that her uncle was working on construction over here at these homes when she says that the undercover officer showed up. She tells us a few construction workers ran off that way and that her uncle was detained. I want to show you what the other scene looked like that I've been at all day today. Here's Burgess Road, where a shelter in place has been in effect for hours today. You can see the street is filled with law enforcement. We have confirmed with the El Paso County Sheriff's Office that the FBI and Homeland Security are on scene, where they're still searching for the 2 who they say ran away. Here's what the family member of one of the men who was detained shared.
There are at least 15 workers here. A couple of them did run. Another ones were, I wouldn't say tackled by the officers, but they were detained and they were being questioned.
She said they have not been released. And we just saw an FBI agent here going door to door, knocking, trying to speak with neighbors in the area as ICE says that they are still searching for the 2 alleged undocumented immigrants who they say ran away. We will continue to keep you updated as we learn more here on scene and give you the latest information. Reporting live in El Paso County, Mackenzie Stafford, KRDO 13.
All right, pretty active scene there. Mackenzie, thanks.
You got a manhunt underway, but did y'all catch that during that whole summary? They said nothing about the ICE agents who almost got killed. You know, of course, we want to locate the suspects, but all the focus is on locating suspects, not on why they were on the run in the first place. Let me make this plain. If a citizen rammed a federal agent, we see their face plastered across every news banner, but because it was an illegal. Now let's talk about how law enforcement is getting thrown under the bus just for cooperating.
Well, tonight we have the latest updates regarding the Utah student who was detained by ICE in Mesa County last month. Reporter Robbie Patla joins us live in studio tonight with the latest details. Robbie?
Yeah, thank you, Hannah. So 19-year-old Caroline Goncalves was pulled over by a sheriff's deputy on June 5th. Her information was shared with immigration officials in a group chat. Now, over the last few months, an internal investigation was conducted into the deputy who performed the traffic stop and other officers in said chat. The details of that investigation were released today.
Your actions have discredited the Mesa County Sheriff's Office by acting outside of our standard operating practices and culture.
That was a recording from Deputy Alexander Zwink's disciplinary determination from July 25th. Deputy Zwink pulled over Caroline Goncalves after she drove too close to a semi on June 5th. During the stop, he collected her documentation and sent information to other law enforcement officials.
I took a photo of her driver's license, or what I thought was her driver's license. Sent that out in a Signal chat group.
The group chat was formed on an app called Signal, which allows people to send encrypted messages. Now, investigators found that members of Colorado State Patrol, Homeland Security, and other officers from drug interdiction teams were all part of this same group. However, Zwink said that no ICE agents were involved.
To your knowledge, is ICE part of that chat group?
No, we're not.
Okay.
The investigation is now over. Deputy Zwink and 3 other sheriff staff are on leave. Mesa County Sheriff Todd Rowell said in a statement released today, the sheriff's office should not have been involved in Goncalves' detention. Prior to this disciplinary action, Colorado Attorney General Phil Weiser filed a lawsuit against Deputy Zwink.
Colorado law expressly prohibits both state agencies and political subdivision employees, that includes local agencies like the Mesa County Sheriff's Office, from disclosing personally identifiable information that is shared for the purpose of investigating, for participating in, cooperating with, or assisting federal immigration enforcement.
Sheriff Rowell writes, the lawsuit filed by the Attorney General's office sends a demoralizing message to law enforcement that the law may be wielded selectively for political effect. The Attorney General's office sent our newsroom a statement saying he was presented with facts that showed blatant violations of state law. Goncalves was detained in an ICE facility in Aurora for nearly 2 weeks before her release on June 20th. She is now safely back home. Now, Colorado State Patrol also released a statement regarding this investigation. Chief Matthew Picard said that the patrol reevaluated its use of the Signal app and that they no longer share information on it. He also writes that we respect Mesa County Sheriff Rowell's corrective actions, but believe his judgments regarding the patrol are misinformed and premature. For the 10, I'm Robbie Patla.
So this one should make every cop in America take a pause for a moment. You follow the law, and your state punishes you for it. Deputies get demoted, suspended, even sued because they gave ICE a heads up. So let me ask you, what are they really protecting? Law-abiding citizens or career legals with rap sheets? And if this feels like sabotage, wait until you hear what happened at the Capitol.
Hi, Janine Pirro here, U.S. Attorney in Washington, D.C. I just want to invite you into my day to let you in on a little interesting case. We have an individual who is a 4-time deportee. That means he's been deported 4 times. He's also an aggravated felon, many felony convictions. That's why he was deported. But he managed to make it back. He is, in fact, working on Capitol Hill. He's not only working on Capitol Hill, he is working outside and apparently is involved working the grounds as a gardener or something. So we, with ICE, have been trying to arrest the individual. We are not allowed to go on Capitol Hill to make an arrest. We've been told that we're not allowed to do that. So ICE has been waiting for 8 hours to arrest this individual, and we're coming to the end of his shift, and he goes inside and suddenly he's not available for an arrest. Now, ain't that swell? Here we are in the nation's capital fighting for truth and justice, and they're making sure that the illegals with criminal backgrounds
get protected.
Get to stay.
You can't make this up. A felon deported 4 times, working right outside the U.S. Capitol, and ICE isn't allowed to touch him. That's not just a loophole. That's a national security threat in plain sight. The man's got felony convictions, aggravated charges, and a landscaping gig in D.C. That ain't landscaping. That's lawmaking by loophole. And while felons get jobs, ICE agents are fighting to keep predators off the street. Next clip shows what kind of monsters they are really trying to get rid of.
In my area of responsibility, we target the worst of the worst. Denver has a lot of criminal aliens here. If they have people that are with them that are also illegally present, they're going to be arrested as well.
The director quickly pulling records on one man who was just taken into custody.
Sex intercourse with minor, special circumstance. He was convicted. So with a conviction like sex assault against a minor, they're never coming back legally. If they try to come back illegally, we will prosecute them.
Finding people here illegally is what Director Guadian says ICE does every second of every day. Here, we are heading out to execute what the agency considers
we have history with this guy.
A high-risk warrant.
This is going to be our 3rd time arresting him. The last 2 times he's had dope on him.
All of the agents are briefed on who they're looking for and why. It includes a detailed walkthrough of everything from any pets in the home to the nearest hospital.
The Denver field office doesn't conduct raids. We do targeted enforcement. We know who we're going after every single day.
And while they might know who, they never know exactly how it's going to go. Today, there's a lot of sitting around and waiting. But then, about an hour later...
Males in custody. Males in custody.
This is a subject that has felony warrants for distribution of narcotics. He's also wanted by ICE.
22-year-old Kenner Medina Artiega has open drug cases in Arapahoe and Denver counties. According to ICE, he's from Honduras and connected to drug trafficking and the Sinaloa cartel.
Man, let this burn into your mind. This man had inappropriate relations with a minor, and ICE still had to catch him 3 different times. And the left says ICE is cruel. But ICE is literally out here rescuing kids from predators and arresting gang-linked drug runners. So how is it that these are the people being targeted by Democrat politicians? How is protecting children controversial? Because truth is, they don't want ICE to work. They want open chaos. And just when you think they can't get any bolder, then this happens in New York.
You don't even know who you're Sir, what country are you from? You don't have to show documents. You have the right to remain silent.
Make a hole! Make a hole now! Make a hole now! Make a hole!
Yeah, man. ICE is bizarre. But they never left. Oh, man. You got them cameras flashing. You got the left foaming at the mouth. And DHS is dragging them out one by one. That lets you know you can't stop what's coming. And when people say, this is what I voted for, this is what they meant. So let me just say it plain. The only people being punished right now are the ones actually trying to protect America, as I can see. ICE agents are being targeted. You also have good cops that are being thrown under the bus. Felons are walking free and illegals are protected by state law, even when they try to kill. That's not immigration reform. That's deliberate chaos. Who shout out to Team Think and also the 4X Club. Y'all the reason, the truth, cuts through all the noise. Y'all be safe. Go check on somebody today. I got the member shout outs coming in a pinned comment this time because I wasn't prepared like I need to. But in the next video, I got y'all. Be safe. Go check on somebody today. You can quite literally be saving their life. Peace.